Hi, welcome to vlog episode 4. This is going to be a little bit of a different one today. Today is October 25th. I have not vlogged in several weeks. As of the recording of this video, I've stopped posting on YouTube too, but by the time you're watching this, clearly I have begun again. I had it all scheduled out when I was going to post videos. I missed a day and I was like, I just can't keep up with it right now. My senior recital is a week from tomorrow and I need to focus on that, and missing some things for my YouTube channel that isn't, it's not a priority for me at this point in time. So I decided I'm just not going to post. I'll probably do an update video in November. I'll probably get started up in a couple weeks again, but I just can't do it all. So, and I'm not afraid to say that. I'm just too busy right now and I need to focus on certain things that I would regret not doing for missing a few YouTube videos that 2 people watch. But, so there's my little explanation. There'll be another one though. But, so this, I don't even know when this video is coming out. Probably like December or January? It's probably January. Happy New Year. I don't know. It's October 25th right now from me. Just a few things I wanted to update you on. This is going to be a relatively boring vlog. I'm just going to be talking, and but be sure to stick through me talking because some cool stuff is coming later. But I was kind of planning on vlogging through all this other stuff, but I just didn't. So I'm just going to talk through it, just give you an update on my life. So concert season is over. At UWSP, I performed 4 different concerts within the course of like 2 weeks, so it's really busy, plus my recital coming up too. It's just busy, plus teaching lessons, plus YouTube, plus everything. Gah, gah. But the orchestra concert was really cool. That was about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago now. But played Pictures at an Exhibition. It went really well. I'll show you a clip, I think, now. I think I have that. I'll have to look for that. Either you saw it or you didn't. I hope I found it, because that was just the opening promenade. But it might be somewhere on YouTube or something, maybe. I don't know. It went really well though. Goldenberg and Schmiel didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but it still went pretty well. Yeah, I'm very happy with my performance. I'm an undergraduate student who played principal on Pictures at an Exhibition, and it went overall very well. So that was cool. Next, I played with the Central Wisconsin Symphony Orchestra. That's the semi-professional group we have here in Central Wisconsin, conducted under the same, my director at UWSP, Dr. Moran. And then I played second trumpet under Matt Granatala, who's a great trumpet player from Appleton area, where I'm from. And we played Sibelius Symphony No. 2. That was really cool. We also played Millennium Cannons. I always want to say Millennium Falcon, but from Star Wars. But but we played that piece, and then played something else too, I thought. Oh, the Grieg Piano Concerto. Our piano instructor here, Dr. Roseman, played it. It's fantastic. Very cool concert. The following week we had Jazz Ensemble, which was fun. I played lead trumpet on about half the tunes. It was just a jazz ensemble concert. It was fun. Played some really cool stuff. Played one by Ted Nash that was especially cool. I can't think of what it was called, but it was pretty cool. We also played a Thad Jones chart, some other charts, so relatively new works, other than that Thad Jones one, I think. But moving up to this past week, on Tuesday, we had a wind ensemble concert. We had the thrill of playing Meslanka's 10th Symphony. So if you don't know, David Meslanka recently passed away. He had written about half of his 10th Symphony. His son Matthew Meslanka finished it, and we played that. I met Matthew Meslanka, really cool dude. I shouldn't say I met him. Like he rehearsed with us. I didn't talk to him at all. He told me a few times. Flugelhorn, more vibrato. So he talked to me. He asked my name. He knows who I am. But that was a really cool experience, just getting to work with a world-class composer. I'm really excited because he's relatively young for his career, so that's going to be cool to see what else he writes. Beautiful piece by him and his father. Beautiful story too. You know, after playing that, I feel almost like a changed musician, because the way he talked about the music, every single note had meaning. Every single note, there was the reason behind this. There were, you know, such a different way than just looking at, which I'm sure a lot of people are used to doing, just looking at the page and looking at the notes, and not really realizing what it means. And Matthew really showed that. It was also a very emotional piece because it's about his father, who had passed away. So brings back a lot of emotions for him, and he told us that, and that was really cool. We also premiered a piece written for the WSP1 ensemble by Barbara York. What was it called? No. Maybe it was River of Stars. Something about the stars. I think River of Stars. That's what it was. By Barbara York. Very cool piece. And then what else? We played a piece by Jake Runestad. Another river thing, I think. I can't think of the name of it. That was a cool one though. Anyways, so the reason I'm not doing much in this vlog is because my sister has a long Irish update. My parents were over there too, so this is a bunch of Irish updates mashed together in this vlog. So here is that. I hope you enjoy. Stick through to the end. I have another thing to say at the end. So here's that.
Top of the morning to you, and the rest of the day to yourself.
And you see.
Keep going!
No, keep it up! Come on!
Oh, so proudly we hail our twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. When the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us the star-spangled banner yet wave. For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Why do I notice my
Hi. So, it's October 9th, which means I've been here for over a month, and haven't gotten homesick yet. Still really enjoying it a lot. Still feels a bit like a vacation. Not really very invested in my classes. But I guess I'll talk about my classes first. So I have 5 classes. They call them modules here. So I'm in sociology. I don't really find it that interesting. And literary theory, which is an English course, but it is more like a philosophy course. And I'm really, it's just, I mean, I think I would potentially be interested in the topics, but the way they run the classes here, it's just very different. Like, I've been skipping a lot of classes, and they post the lectures online, like, so you don't really need to go to class. It's weird, I don't know. Anyway, and then I'm in Irish traditional music, which I really like. I'm playing the bowrong, which is like a drum that you hold here. I can't do it because I'm holding my phone. And then you have a beater in this hand and you play it kind of like this. Anyway, so I have a lesson today for that. Like a group lesson. It's just casual, I don't know. So that's fun. And then I'm in an Irish folklore class, which sounds cool. I thought it would be cool, but we've been talking about like funeral traditions for pretty much the whole time. So not that exciting. And then my harp lessons, I love. That's my other course. I like the Irish traditional music, but anyway, the harp class is my absolute favorite. I'm learning so much. My teacher is a PhD student and she is great, and it's very different there, the way that, so I am learning, every piece I've learned so far has been by ear. So my teacher, her name's Fiona, and she records me voice memos of the pieces that I have to learn, and then I have to just learn it orally, which is really cool. Actually, I really like it. And for next week, so I learned the right hand for one, and then I get to just kind of figure out the left hand chords on my own and do what I like, I guess. So that's very awesome. And it's also like, I personally feel like I have not been practicing as much as I do at home, like not even close. Like I practice piano at home at least 2 hours a day. Here I've practiced harp, I think 3 hours this whole week. And I came to my lesson and I was stressed. I was like, crap, because I was in Belfast this past weekend, so I'll get to that. But I didn't get to practice much, and I was concerned that it would, show in the lesson. And she was like surprised at how much I did do. So I was like, wow, they really are very relaxed here. Yeah, anyway, so away from school, I'm already going into 4 minutes for this video, so I'll talk quick, but I've been on a few trips. I have them written down, so hopefully I will flow quickly through this. So I went to Dingle, we went to Inch Beach before, on the way, and I swam in the Atlantic Ocean, and it was very, very, very cold and very salty. I didn't remember or think that the ocean would actually be that salty. So that was fun. And then we just stopped at some really scenic places on the way that I can't really pronounce. Sleehead, Dunquin. Dingle was okay. It was just like a little town. I wasn't super, I don't know, like I've been to cooler places, but the ocean and everything was really, really cool. And then Laura, my roommate, and I, and our friend Bridget, we went to Dublin the following weekend. Dublin surprised me. The population is like under 600,000. I was expecting more like London, esque vibe, but it was not. But it was still cool. It was very touristy. That could have been where we were staying and where we went, but it was very touristy. I liked it, but I don't know. It just was underwhelming a little bit. Still liked it though. We didn't have a lot planned, so I think that contributed to why it wasn't necessarily like the coolest thing ever. I think I'll definitely go back to Dublin. It's only 2 hours away by bus, and probably gonna actually like plan some more stuff to do. And then let's see, the next weekend we went to Killarney National Park, and we saw like there's a waterfall there and just hiking, and that was one of my favorite things that we've done so far because I love hiking and I love being outside, so it was just, yeah, it was really cool. We stopped at some stops in the Ring of Kerry, so Mall's Gap and Ladies View just have really beautiful scenery. Took some photos. Yeah. And then this past weekend I went to Belfast with Kate and my friend Caleb from UW Stevens Point. We took a bus. It took about 5 hours to get there. By car it'll take more like 3.5, but with the traffic and then like we had to transfer buses in Dublin and the stops on the way, it just takes quite a bit longer. We stayed in a hostel. I hadn't stayed in a hostel before, so that was pretty interesting. Just had like 6 people in a room. So I was on a bottom bunk and then Kate was above me, and then there were Caleb and then 3 other people that we didn't know. And so we got there pretty late. On Saturday we did a tour to see the Giant's Causeway, which is like the hexagonal like weird rock formations by the ocean, and then that was very, very cool. And then we saw the Dark Hedges, which I didn't really know about, but I guess they're in Game of Thrones. It's just this like this pathway with these like gnarled trees. It's pretty cool. And then the Carrick-a-Reed rope bridge. So I walked across. There's like a rope bridge connecting 2 little hill island things, and I walked across the bridge. It was a little scary. It was windy. So the bridge kind of swings when you're walking, and there's just an ocean under you. But it was really, really cool. And yeah, did some hiking, and then we came back and we went to some pubs. And that was cool. We saw some like Irish singers, 2 guys playing guitar and singing folk tunes and stuff at a pub. That was really cool. And then the next day we explored Belfast. So it's Northern Ireland, so it's part of the UK. So they use pounds, not euros. Ireland uses euros, so I get pounds. And there's actually like some conflict there, which I mean I sort of knew about, but not really. Like we went to the Peace Walls. It's called the Peace Walls, and it's these walls of like just artwork and like photos and stuff of like, I don't even know how to explain it, but basically, so there were the Troubles, I think they're called, which is like a war basically between like the Irish Republican something, IRA, Irish Republican something, they're Catholics, and then I forget what the other one's called, but the British people are Protestants, and just a lot of conflict between the 2 parties. And they actually, so the wall kind of like separates neighborhoods, I think. I could be wrong on that, but like separates the Irish from the Protestant, or the British neighborhoods or something like that. Don't know if that's true, but they actually shut, at night, they shut like the gates between the, there's the wall, but then there's like a way that you can drive through, but they have gates that they close at night because there's still violence. It's pretty recent. I don't know, just look it up. I don't know enough about it to explain it well, but also people in Northern Ireland are so hard to understand. Their accents are so thick. We took an Uber to the Peace Walls, and I could not understand anything that the driver was saying. It's just, and he kept saying, "Do you know what I mean?" And I was like, "Yeah, yep, not really, but yeah." So yeah, we just explored Belfast. Belfast is pretty cool. Yeah. And I think I'm up to almost 11 minutes, so I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, okay, bye. So, it's October 30th, which means I've been in Ireland for over 2 months. And last thing I talked about was Belfast. So I have to talk about what I did the following weekend, which is that I went to Norway, to Oslo, with Kate and Laura and Bridget. So this was the second weekend of October. So I absolutely loved it. We got there on Friday night. Our flight came in. We had a hostel. The four of us had our own private room, which was so nice. So we ate breakfast at Espresso House every day we were there. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and it was amazing. Like, I had the best cream cheese bagel I've ever had, the best chocolate muffin I've ever had, and I had a matcha latte, which was like really good. So anyway, on Saturday, the first thing we really did was we rented scooters, and we scootered, like electric scooters, and we scootered to Frogner Park, which is a sculpture park, and they're all like human sculptures, and they're very weird. And there's one in the middle that's like a huge tower of just like, it's like a vertical tower of like people piled on each other. It's so weird, but it's pretty cool. And then from there, we took the scooters to the Viking Ship Museum, and on the way there, I got honked at by a bus, and we almost got run over. So we stopped scootering because I don't think we were supposed to be scootering in that area. Anyway, Viking Ship Museum was so cool. They had like real ships from the Vikings, and of course they had like been restored. But they were huge, and some were ornate, and it was just so cool. And they had some like artifacts that were found in the ships or like around the ships and stuff, so that was amazing. That was one of my favorite parts. I went to the Norwegian Folk Museum. They just had like traditional clothing, furniture, other artifacts and stuff, and then they had like an outdoor area where they had like a complete neighborhood, like a rural neighborhood, and then like a town modeled off of like some old town in Norway, and it was like interactive, and there were like actors in the houses and stuff, and it was so cool. So after that, we took a boat through the fjord to another part of the city where we had dinner, and it was really good, but also like not good. Oops. So some of it was good. I had an appetizer with Laura, and then I split lobster mac and cheese with Kate and Bridget, but my main course was like a flounder, and it was like a full flounder with like the fin and like the bones, which I did not realize were in there stupidly, and I chomped on some bones. That was not fun. So the flounder, not good. Everything else was really good though, and then for dessert we had brown cheese ice cream, which is basically like, it kind of tasted like cheesecake. I don't really know how to describe it, but it was good. And then we went to a bar, the Magic Ice Bar, which was really stupid. And I think it's because we went so early. But like in Ireland, they start drinking at like if I go to the bar on campus after like 8:30 p.m., I can't get in. Like, it starts so early here. So we went at like 10, but literally nobody else was in the bar. So we didn't stay very long. But they give you a coat and gloves because it's freezing inside, and there's like ice sculptures everywhere, and your glass is just ice. So I like ate my glass and I had wine, but it wasn't that great. Wouldn't recommend. We tried to we were gonna go out more, but still no one was out yet, and we didn't want to stay up late, so we just went back home. So on Sunday we went to the Oslo Opera House. We went to City Hall. We did a fjord tour, and which is so on a boat, and I had Norwegian mulled wine, which was like a warm drink, and it was so good. Then we went to the Nobel Peace Center Museum or something, and it was really cool. It was so they had a climate change exhibit, and then they had an exhibit about sexual violence, because the last the person in 2018 who received the Nobel Peace Prize. That was like what she focused on. And that was really sad. And then at the end they have like an exhibit where they talk about everyone who's ever gotten a Peace Prize, so that was cool. And then from there we went to Salt, which is a like area with a sauna, a bar, and a cafe, and that was really, really fun. And we ate dinner there, and then we went and got drinks, and I had like a pear cider, and the bartender was like making fun of me because I said like pear, and he said it like pear, even though like they speak Norwegian in Norway obviously, but it was like a Britishy accent of the word pear. He kind of mocked me, and he was like pear, but it wasn't like mean. He was being funny. Anyway, we went to the sauna, which was literally in the bar, like in a private room. I hated it at first because I'd never been in a sauna, but then I ended up liking it. And afterwards, Kate, Bridget, and Laura jumped into the freezing ocean, and I did not want to do that, so I just took a video of them. Oh yeah, and then we went back to the hostel, and I realized my debit card was gone, and apparently, so Kate had used it to get us towels for the sauna, which, like I said, she could use it and everything, but the bartender never gave it back, and she didn't remember, so we, like, went back there right away. We got an Uber, and it was a Tesla, and the doors open like this, like a row, like a outer space. It was so cool. And then we ended up getting my card. Everything was fine. And then we rode home in the same Tesla. So that was really cool. Yeah. And that's pretty much the trip. We went home the next day after we had breakfast at Espresso House once again. And yeah, Norway is really cool. I would love to go back someday. The end. Okay, so gonna talk about the rest of October, my last 2 weekends in October. So 2 days after I got home from Norway, I left for London with Mom and Dad. So they came to Dublin over the weekend, and then we left on Wednesday to go to London. So that was nice. That was fun. Now, the stuff we did, I had already done most of it, so I didn't, when I do these videos, I read it off of this thing, because I'm, like, writing everything down, so I didn't really write it down, because I already did it, so maybe Mom and Dad can talk about that for the vlog. Oh my gosh!
Go ahead. Go over there.
Go stand over there. Go stand there over there by the fountain.
Water flows. She's lost it.
Dad's getting their photo.
Should I go like this? Better?
We went to I'm trying to vlog, but I feel awkward about it. I don't know how to switch the camera angle thing. So we went to the Princess Diana Memorial Fountain, and Mom was very excited. And turns out they shut it off at 6 p.m. and it's like 6:05 or so.
And I really wanted to come here and see the Princess Diana fountain.
And she was so sad she left a big fart.
Yeah, they both did though, is the thing.
Hers was bigger
Emily
than
did
mine.
Too.
I didn't do it around people though. Anyway,
They don't really know me.
we're having a good time.
So she took decision. Luckily for William Smith O'Brien, as they say. Next statue here, if you're up high you might be able to see him. It's Big Jim Larkin, the man with his hands in the air. He was one of the founders of the Irish Transport and General Workers Union. He was a terrific public speaker. And on the base of the monument the words are written, "A great appearance."
Sitting in St. Paul's Cathedral in London, waiting to do a guided tour. We're just starting to enjoy London. So Emily is here, and Mark is here. So we'll let you see a little bit of what we see. There's not much right here where we're sitting, but to be continued. Buckingham Palace, waiting for the changing of the guards. There is a big crowd here, so I'm not sure what we're going to see. There is Buckingham Palace.
hear me calling. I'm calling, hear me calling. Woke up before light by her side, living with the lights off and far away from these city lights. I can hear all the sea songs of the birds waking up the bears. If you're not here, then I'm a lonely soul, missing my bones. Maybe I don't know yet, but you the ones that stay with me. The ocean is calling, calling out your name. The ocean is calling.
have here. Hotel was cool. There was like a cat that lived there or something. That was cool. Also, doing these videos, I noticed that this eyebrow and eye are like higher than this one, and that makes me feel insecure. Let's just like overcompensate. Anyway, so yeah, cool hotel. I took the subway once by myself, which was really, it made me feel really cool, like I'm a local. Because so I had like midterms that week, so I was kind of stressed. So I stayed home, at the hotel a couple times to catch up on things. And Mom and Dad went to like Westminster Abbey, and then I met them there. And then from there we went to, I think like, I don't remember where we went. Ask Mom and Dad. Yeah. I was the navigator on this trip. Mom and Dad aren't used to using their smartphones for directions as much, especially with public transport, which I get, because it's kind of confusing at first. So I got us around most of the time, and we did lots of fun stuff. We went to Canterbury, which is something that I had not done with Katie. So that was like I think like maybe 2 hours or 1 hour, I don't remember, away by train. We took a train there. So that was cool. We checked out some shops, went to the Canterbury Cathedral, which was cool, and apparently like the Archbishop something was like murdered at the cathedral and blah blah blah. So that was cool. It was really beautiful. And we did like a Canterbury Tales tour, which was cool for me because I have read I've read like some of the Canterbury Tales before in high school for honors English, but I had no idea what was going on because it's written in like Middle English, so it's really weird language, and it's like poems. So I didn't really get what was going on when I read it, but here they like read it to you in story form, and it was funny, and it was like I understood what was going on and stuff, and yeah, so that was really cool. They had actors and like you walked around into different rooms and stuff, so that was really cool. We did some shopping, and yeah, so that was a fun day trip. Anyway, yeah, and then like after London, when we came back to Ireland, I hung out with Mom and Dad a couple times throughout the week. I think they should do their own vlog and tell you about their travels, because they did a lot more. I just like hung out with them in the evenings and ate food that they paid for. Free food. Anyway, yeah, so it was nice to have Mom and Dad here. It was a good time to come. It's like halfway through, so broke it up a little. It was nice, good timing. So that was London, and then this past weekend I went to Cork with all my roommates except for one, Sarah. So I went with all the guys, and then Laura. And Kate came along, and Thomas came. Thomas and Laura are like something. Yeah. And then two of the guys' friends came, French girls. They were really nice. And we had a really good time. We went to Blarney Castle, and I kissed the Blarney Stone. And now I'm sick. So I wonder if that has any correlation. So maybe don't kiss the Blarney Stone. It's like, I mean, you can say you did it, but other than that, it's not that cool. Sorry. The castle's really cool. Blarney Castle's really cool. Yeah, so we walked around there. And then we went into the city, into Cork, and they had a jazz festival going on, so that was really cool. I gotta say, America beats Ireland in jazz. Obviously, I would hope, because that's kind of where jazz started. But it was still cool. We just kind of saw some street musicians. We didn't like go to any ticketed shows or anything, but it was really cool. Joaquin, Kate, and I had lunch at this hot dog place, It was really good. I was gonna order something else that Kate ordered, but Joachim, I don't know, maybe they just misunderstood him or something, but they gave him 2, and then I hadn't ordered yet. He's like, no, I only ordered 1, and I was like, I'll just take it, and it was really good, and it turns out the other one that I was gonna get was really spicy, so I'm glad that I didn't get it. It worked out very well for me. Anyway, so yeah, we checked out some live music on the streets. We went to this chocolate cafe, which was so good. I had chocolate cake, hot chocolate, and then like pieces of chocolate, and it was not too much chocolate. You can have too much chocolate, but it was good for me at this time. And then Joachim and I and one of the French girls, Coralie, we got ice cream, even though it was really cold, but it was good. And then we went to a bar, and these guys from Chicago were there, and they were like, oh shoot, what's it called? Blues Brothers. They were like Blues Brothers tribute band or something, so that was really cool, but the bar was way too crowded, and I could barely move. I was like sandwiched in, was not having a good time. It was very hot in there. The air was like thick. Breathing was like not fun. It just wasn't I was not in the mood. But no one wanted to leave. And like Maxime and Antoine were somewhere outside, so I started texting them to see where they were, but they wanted to come to the bar. So I was like, ugh. And then Thomas and Laura left. So I left with them, even though it was a third wheel move, but I was like, I'm getting out of here. So I left with them. And then we met up with Maxime and Antoine, who like didn't want to come in once they saw how crowded it was. So then we hung out. We saw this street performer doing like fire tricks, and that was cool. And yeah, then we went home. This was really cool. Fun weekend, or fun day trip to get to hang out with my roommates, who are amazing. I love all my roommates, so yeah, good times.
Very cool little update from Emily. Emily will be home in about 2 months. She'll be coming home right before Christmas, so that'll be cool. Looks like she's having fun over there. I'm interested to talk with her more when she comes back. So by the time you're watching this, she's probably back. So it might be February. Gosh, I don't know. Good luck at grad school auditions, Adam, because that's probably about the time that this is coming out. Anyways, well, another cool thing is at the time of this video, over the past few days, Trumpet Challenges has kind of blown up, which is my Instagram account. So if you're not following me there, I'm sure I'm on a different challenge now, but my 100 days of practice thing is really kicking off. My Instagram account, we just hit over 1,000 followers, which is pretty cool. I've never advertised it other than on the vlog, so no one's come from the vlog, I don't think, but maybe now, I don't know. But that's a pretty cool milestone for me with Trumpet Challenges. So if you're not following me there, also follow my account at Adam Warnke Music. That one's more just updates about my life, more pictures than playing. Sometimes I play stuff on there too. But anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. Give the video a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed, or if you didn't enjoy, give me a thumbs down. You know, let me know how I can make these better in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you never miss another video with me. And I will see you on the next vlog.